Shit, called his wife a predator. Everybody called him a.
Well, that's some anger right
Yeah,
there.
hell yeah.
Finally getting
That's
That's
flowing.
what it felt like when I was watching the new special. It was like he's just getting all this out.
Yeah, it's almost like he corked up all that anger, frustration, because we didn't even get that amount of emotion from my show.
Hell no.
We didn't get this level of emotion at all. He was still kind of playing it off as funny. Nah, this is bad now. You're at dtmerch.com. There's so many other things that you can do over there and see, such as our new videos that are up on TikTok and up on YouTube. But what I really want you to do is I want you to go and first of all, you can start by looking at that banner in the middle of DT Merch, clicking that. So you can go over to x1entertainment.com/double-toasted so you can get tickets for Double Toasted live in New York City, Brooklyn to be more exact. That's April 1st. And that's going to be a show starting at 8 p.m. at the Roulette Intermedium for a night of comedy, games, and much, much more. You're going to have a great time while you're there. Today, we are still talking about the slap heard around the world.
Oh, wow.
So over in Japan, people, buildings start shaking. Turns out it was not just the slap heard around the world, but it's the slap that would not go away. I mean,
real.
it's
a year later.
We coming up on the anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this slap might as well be a holiday at this point. Because we're talking
National
about
Slap Day.
National Slap Day. Have you slapped your loved one yet? Hey, you know, that's how we actually wish people a happy slap day. Hey, Julie. Oh, shit, I had my butt got stuck. Hey, son, how you doing?
Good.
Happy smack day. Man. To you and your loved ones. But yeah, man. Yeah, this would not go away. It left a permanent mark. Cause we thought we'd be done with this. I remember actually a year ago saying, I said, you know what, they're upset right now, but give it 6 months. You know, they'll apologize. They'll all be friends again. They'll be laughing about this, taking pictures, smiling again like this. You know, showing the world that two professional black men can settle their differences and be an example to others out there. Now I'm like, well, that was pretty missed, wasn't it?
Yes. Do you not know the world you live in now?
No, I dare say stupid. Boy, that was dumb. That was dumb of me to think that, man. You know, people are like, you want to throw a unicorn in there too and a rainbow? Shit, yeah, maybe Will and Chris can do a duet together. Maybe do the hip hop version of Kumbaya. You know, this is I don't know what the hell I was thinking. That's just old positive Corey over here. Just wasn't the best for the world. But apparently that didn't happen, man. So we're talking about this because Chris Rock, he did a comedy special and it was streamed live on Netflix. And in the comedy special, he finally, it was the moment that the world had been waiting on. He finally addressed the Will Smith slap and the whole Jada Pinkett thing too. I'll say this, first of all, with this whole slap thing, man, you know, I'm very sorry to see that it has still gone on. I'll be honest with you, but I'm still amazed by it. I'm still sitting up here. I'm almost a little dumbfounded that we're still going on with this, man. I'm the whole situation still has me somewhat amazed because I'm looking at Will Smith and I'm thinking, out of all the rappers that have attended the Oscars over the years, Will Smith is the one that started beef.
Right.
Will Smith is the one working the grill. You know, because I remember at the Oscars, I remember when Hustle and Flow won for best song, and 3 6 Mafia got on stage.
We want to thank Keith Young, our choreographer. Yes. Man, help me out. Whole Sony Records, Lisa Ellis.
Everybody thought it was just a bunch of black dudes who crashed the party. Somebody like, damn, they left the back door open after the Negroes getting in. I remember when they went to the crowd, every white woman was clutching their purse. Every dude was clutching that white woman. You know, everybody was scared, man. So looking at this, I never thought in my life that Will Smith would be the scary dude, the scary black dude, the scary rapper at the Oscars. I hate to publicly see black people go at each other, man. That's why I'm not crazy about rap beefs. You know, I know it's a thing, you know, in hip hop. I know it's a thing. I get it. You know, I'm not saying it, you shouldn't have it, but I'm not crazy about seeing black people just fight with each other all the time, especially when some people, you know, take it to violent levels, you know. You know, that's why I don't like reality shows with a whole lot of black people in there. All they do is just turn them against each other.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like this shit. I'm not crazy about seeing Chris Rock and Will Smith not working this out. But Chris Rock ain't wrong, I don't think. You know, and I've heard. Keep in mind, I've heard his end of it twice, because not only did I see this Chris Rock special, or at least this portion of it, but we went to a Chris Rock concert where we saw him live.
Or a show,
Courtesy of Julian.
Yeah, well, no, mine was courtesy of Janice.
Oh.
Yeah. Janice got me, that was my birthday gift from Janice Rios. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, Julian.
Yeah, you didn't do shit for me. I don't get to thank you for shit.
No, thank you for coming.
Yeah, whatever. But anyway, if anything, you start a fight between me and my me and my wife were like Chris Rock and Will Smith going at each other, man. Yeah, man. I look at this. I don't like it. I hate to see two brothers going at each other like this. It breaks my heart, but Chris Rock ain't wrong about a lot of the things that he said. And I remember somebody even said that, oh hell, that cat, get that cat on out of here.
Tell that cat I'm not here.
I read something online. I remember reading yesterday, somebody said, well, I think that was very, very immature of Chris Rock. I mean, that was just punching down. How the fuck
Punching down?
How the fuck say it's punching down when Chris Rock literally got punched down on? I mean, punching down? The hell are you talking about, man? Let me tell you something. Will Smith slapped a comedian. Mm-hmm. What the you think was gonna happen? You just gave this man. You just gave this man material for a whole year. You know what is it when you slap a comedian? What the gonna do? He's gonna make jokes.
Yeah, if you heckle a comedian, they're gonna dog you out and burn you in front of everybody.
He punched a comedian. A comedian is gonna make jokes, and a good comedian is gonna go hard. A good comedian gonna try to be nice. Mm-hmm. A good comedian is gonna get the crowd going because he's gonna talk some shit, as probably he should.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, and not only is he gonna like take it, run with it, make some good jokes about it, go hard, but he's gonna milk that shit for all it's worth. Chris Rock, you haven't seen it, but Chris Rock has been riding this slap the whole year. You know, Chris Rock, when he went on to his show, and he said this at the show that we saw.
Yeah,
but
on his tour.
On his tour, but he also, you know, and I'm sure he said it in several cities, but on Netflix, he also said it. He said, I'm not a victim. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. You ain't gonna see me on TV crying.
But I'm not a victim, baby. You will never see me on Oprah or Gayle crying. No. That shit. I took that hit like Pacquiao, but
he ain't wrong. Chris Rock ain't wrong. Look, you could complain all you want to. You be sad about this situation, but he's speaking some truth. And when I say he ain't wrong, you goddamn right he ain't a victim. He got paid. That slap came with a check. Will Smith might as well have hit him with a bag of money, because that for that joke alone, people willing to pay tickets to see.
True. True. I mean, one, he could have pressed charges. He didn't.
No.
He could have sued him. He didn't do that.
No.
He let it all slide so he could put it in his act as people would expect him to do. And he went hard like he should have. And he didn't just come out with his statement right away, because he's like, listen, I'm owed. If you want to know what I got to say? Buy a ticket.
Yes.
Buy a ticket.
Yeah.
And people did in droves.
They sure did. That's the people. He sold out every show. And I'm not saying Chris Rock is a bad comedian. He's not. He's actually pretty. I think he's pretty awesome. I know some people don't like him. I think Chris Rock is great.
I think he's one of the funny. I think he's one of the best that ever existed.
I think Chris Rock is amazing. That's why I'm so glad he got the shit slapped out of him. Because I said, this is going to be good. And now, if I can be selfish about this.
He needed something to wake him up. I was like, man, in the early days, he was hungry. He ain't hungry no more.
No.
but now he had direction.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. I don't like it, but from a selfish standpoint, I'm so glad it happened. I didn't cry at all. The moment it happened, I wasn't like, oh my God. Ooh, I was like, oh yeah, it's on now. Shit. We're going to get something good from this. Now, you know, and like I said, we saw a show that we went to the live show. We saw some of these same jokes being performed.
Yeah, he performs the same stuff every single night.
And I'm going to tell you, I thought it was funny, man. I thought it was funny, his whole take on the slap. You know, because a lot of people are wondering, man, did he, you know, was that necessary? Did he go too hard? No, he got slapped. He got assaulted on stage in front of millions of people. You know, I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, I'm not gonna keep. I'm not the kind of person who wants to keep picking on Will Smith because we've had a very fair response about Will Smith, man, during this whole thing. I've actually defended him to the point where people thought I was going too soft. People thought I wasn't criticizing hard enough. I like, man, I believe in forgiving people, man. You know, I believe in letting things go. I mean, Chris Rock doesn't, but you know, and I wouldn't blame him because he's getting paid for it. But I'm gonna tell you, Will Smith was doing some he was doing some insincere shit.
That was my thing, because I'm all about, look, let's forgive. People have bad times. Let's just apologize and move on. And every time he come out with them lame ass insincere apologies, I'm like, you're keeping it going.
Yeah,
I was ready to get over it, and now you're making me mad.
Yeah. I mean, the moment that got me is when he decided to pull up and have a little bedtime story about his little nephew. Let me tell y'all, I mean,
I know.
First of all, Will Smith went on Trevor Noah and did this whole apology thing. Coincidentally, at the same time, he had Emancipation coming out. I was like, okay, now you want to do this shit. And then came out there and had this whole story like just ready because he knew a story about a child looking up lovingly at his uncle and asking, whoa, what happened, Uncle Will? You know, he knew that was, he thought that was going to be a soft spot story.
Why did you hit that man? Like, this never happened. I bet you didn't even have a nephew.
Yeah.
It's like, why did you hit that man, Uncle Will? You know?
See, that's what he was waiting for. He's waiting on that Oprah moment. He said, the most beautiful little boy in the world.
My nephew, Dom, is 9. And he is the sweetest little boy. He's
dragging them words the fuck out, ain't he?
Sweetest little boy. Boy, he hits more than a snake.
That PR team told him, you got to paint a picture. You paint this Norman Rockwell picture and the audience will just go for it.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. Shit, I'm surprised he didn't bring that little boy out on stage. I'm surprised he didn't hire a kid.
Yeah, that boy's probably 16 years old.
And I bet that little boy said, you got the shit slapped out of you, didn't you?
And it's like he had stayed up late to see his Uncle Will. And he's just like, why did you hit that man, Uncle Will?
Oh,
you know?
Oh, no. If he had a nephew, his nephew probably said, no, you f***ed up, right? Yeah, you know you messed up, Uncle Will. By the way, I'm on Chris's side.
If any of this happened, he told it. Well, he said some shit. He deserved it. He talked about your auntie.
Yeah, no, get with that.
Yeah,
boy, conveniently brought that shit up at the time he had a movie coming out on Apple TV. And trying to emancipate his ass right there.
And my big takeaway was that I'm not Superman. Oh wow, you hear that, y'all? He's not Superman. We all thought he was Superman. I thought I was Superman.
Shit, you ain't. You're not even that mother. What was that movie called?
Hancock.
Hancock. You ain't even Hancock.
Yeah. Well, it was like,
out here,
bro. Just say Chris. I'm sorry. What? Can't do that, huh?
Yeah, he had one. I don't know how many times he's done. I know he had a production where he came out and said, "I'm sorry," and I was like, "All right, I believe it," but I don't think you need a 3-camera setup and a bunch of lights to say it. But whatever, man, whatever, But Chris Rock, as far as I'm concerned, was hilarious when he came out and talked about this. But then maybe it's because I've just been waiting to hear about this, and I've been waiting for him to go hard like this. But I would tell you, man, there was.
I thought he could have gone harder. I was satisfied with what he said, but I was like, he could have been nasty.
Yeah. Now I would say that at the show, some delivery was better with some of the things that he was talking about. He made a joke about New Jack City, and the way it was set up in the show that we saw, I thought was a little better than what he did here in Netflix.
Will Smith played Muhammad Ali in a movie. He played Muhammad Ali. I played Pookie in New Jack City.
I still have my ass up at that, but at the show, his setup was a little bit better. He said Will Smith played Muhammad Ali in his prime. Mm-hmm. I played Pookie in New Jack City. The impact was just a little stronger saying Ali in his prime. I was like, but it's still funny. I'm just saying it was interesting to see the delivery in this. But at the same time, he added some things that he didn't have at our show, because that's the way comedians work, man. They go and test out different things. Sometimes they forget things. It's different every time. You get the same jokes,
especially
but
if this was
different.
live.
Yeah. So he actually added some things I do not think that were at our show, and I thought that they made his whole his whole routine funnier.
Will Smith is significantly bigger than me. You've never seen me do a movie with my shirt on. If I'm in a movie getting open heart surgery, I got on a sweater.
I don't remember him saying that at our show.
Yeah, I remember that particular line.
And I laughed my ass off, man. Also, there was another line that was added that I don't remember. If it was, I forgot or something. I don't know. But I'm laughing. If he did say it, I'm laughing harder this time. But I don't think he said this at his show.
And people like, did it hurt? It still hurts. I got summertime ringing in my ears.
I think he said that.
He might have.
I was like, that did sound familiar.
Like I said, I might have forgot. But it was, hey, look, he said it funny the second time then. I don't know. That's a bigger question, man. I don't know. But it made me laugh, man. But here's the thing, man. Now, if you want to know why like I said, I don't like this. I don't like all this black on black hostility. It really makes me sad. But shit, it happened, so, might as well get a good laugh out of it. And my man spoke truth. That's the biggest thing. That jokes are cool. But jokes, the reason why a comedian goes hard is because he's speaking truth. Mm-hmm. And there was some real truth about this shit that happened with Will Smith, and we all knew it. We all even discussed it. But again, it's good to hear the person who was at the center of it all say it.
Will Smith practices selective outrage. That shit. I didn't have any entanglements.
Now, like I said, some of this truth, we've all already kind of beat Chris Rock too, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Some of this stuff we've already been talking about. Some of us already done this act already. But again, it's good to hear him say it. Let's see if I actually have this one had me laughing hard, man. He talked about Chris Rock. I mean, I'm not Chris Rock, but Will Smith. He talked about Will Smith, man. Will Smith was just, that was a bitch move. That's one of the biggest things, because after it happened, everybody started talking about, okay, you hit Chris Rock, but what if that was Dwayne Johnson up there? People named, and by the way, we named all the same people. What if that was Dwayne Johnson? What if that was 50 Cent? Mm-hmm. Shit, what if that was even Mark Wahlberg or somebody,
Yeah.
What if that was even Samuel Jackson? You wouldn't have gone up there. What if that shit was even Tyler Perry? Dressed as Medea. You wouldn't have done that shit. You wouldn't have done that shit.
No. It's that I'm angry and I want to take it out on the smallest person I can find.
Yeah.
Right away.
Everybody in the world called him a bitch. Bitch, they called his wife a predator. Everybody called him a bitch.
Well, that's some anger right
Yeah,
there.
hell
He's
yeah.
finally getting this shit out.
That shit is
That's
flowing.
what it felt like when I was watching the new special. It was like he's just getting all this shit out.
Yeah, it's almost like he corked up all that anger, frustration, because we didn't even get that amount of emotion from
No,
our show.
hell no.
Shit, we didn't get this level of emotion at all. He was still kind of playing it off as funny. Nah, this mother bad now. So, but what he's talking about right there, you know, we're already kind of beat him on that, especially Black Twitter. Because I tell you, Will Smith was 20 flavors of bitch on Black Twitter, man. Everybody was on his ass over there because everybody was talking the same thing. They're like, not only how you gonna go up there and just hit Chris Rock, who, as he said, is noticeably smaller than you, you know, but also, why are you taking it out on him? It's almost like he bottled up all that frustration and decided to take it out on Chris Rock, because everybody knows that's like you slapping Chris Rock for a G.I. Jane joke, but yet not the dude that your wife.
Or
That-
even 50 Cent, who's the first person to publicly on Twitter go after him.
Yeah, he's like exactly. Everybody did, you know, before Chris Rock got there, we all said this shit. The dude, August
Alsina.
Yeah. He's like, wow, the dude that your wife, he gets a pass. His face is free. He ain't a mark on there. But Chris Rock is the one that you jumping on, and we all know what happened. I mean, these two, and even Chris Rock said, "Why that was that they decided to take it to the internet."
Yeah.
Because Jada Pinkett couldn't wait to get on there for her red table discussion. It was almost like that dude was eager to get views and likes for it.
And then what did you do, Jada? Take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an
You
entanglement.
say entanglement one more goddamn time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
He's
tangle
like,
your ass.
Would you just tell the truth,
Yeah.
please? Don't make me say it.
Yeah. Everybody knew that. Everybody like, why you hitting him? He ain't boy. You know, but that other dude got that ass and gone. You know, listen, for all I know, maybe Will Smith beat the shit out of him. I don't know. We weren't there. And he told him, I dare you to say something. You better not say a word. I wouldn't put it past Will Smith,
Never
actually.
even considered that before.
So I'm telling you right now, I don't know.
But he was the one who went public with it.
Yeah, probably after he got his ass beat. Yeah. I mean, he probably didn't, but I wouldn't put it past. But I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it just sounds like he was ready to break up with her anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with those two. And I'm not.
You shouldn't know.
Yeah.
None of us should know this. And yet, even before all this, they were on Oprah celebrating what a perfect couple they were and how they were counseling other people on how to have a perfect marriage like theirs. So then pull back the covers and then all this shit is there. Now she's got this red table show exposing so much.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I want to put it out there so people know it's not just them. It's like, yeah, but you're also telling people a lot of stuff that they don't need to hear.
Yeah.
They might not
Hey, ain't
necessarily
nobody
don't
else's
want to know.
business.
I don't even want that in my head.
Yeah. I wouldn't put I wouldn't put my shit out there like that. I mean, that is odd behavior to me, that you want to bring everything to the table all the time. There's a video out there, Will Smith saying, "Get the phone out of my face because I don't want to talk about this shit." But she got his ass frustrated to the point where he got him on videos now looking like he's about to cry and shit. I ain't never seen Will Smith stumble over words before. But she put a phone. Did you ever see this video? She put a camera in front of him and she was asking him all kind of personal things. And she's like, "So what do you think about this?" And he's like, "I think that this and the social media is my bread and butter."
Oh yeah, I did.
I was like, I ain't never seen that side of Will. I was like, what the woman do to Will Smith? And I ain't one of those people who I'm blaming neither one of them. I just saying it's just weird they bring all this out to the open. But it's definitely something's going on to where this dude bottled up so much inside that now he's slapping, comedians that had nothing to do with it. But it's funny to hear Chris Rock talk about both of them, again, from his point of view.
I normally would not talk about this shit. But for some reason, these put that shit on the internet. What the
I mean, he's mad.
Yeah. And he's right.
He's mad and he's confused. Like, all of us still trying to figure this shit out. Like, what the f in your head, man?
None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. Hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel?
He actually did this. Yeah, man. You know, I don't get these people, man. You know, which is why. Maybe this is why I find this kind of cool, because I just like seeing people who it looks like when you say they were this couple that were always out there trying to tell people how perfect they are. Because a lot of times, and I'm not wishing anything bad on anybody, man. I wish none of this shit happened if you want to get down to it. I mean, I'm being serious about that. Yeah. But you know, I mean, we all know Hollywood couples, man, and they're told by their PR teams, their publicists, go out there and look as perfect as you can for people. But then when you start telling other people to be like you, that's a whole other level right there.
I remember seeing them on Oprah doing that, and I just shook my head. I was like, I don't know why y'all do this.
So that's why I'm happy to see somebody just take it to the stage and just call this bullshit out for what it is. Because I've always thought Hollywood was full of shit anyway. I'd hope one day that, I wish this never happened. I hope one day that they all can actually, you know, get a drink, dinner, whatever, and just be friends again. Because you saw pictures of them together, you know, all friends at one time.
Well, you know, they were at some event together and somebody said, let me take your photo. So they all smiled.
Exactly.
It made it look like, hey, we're all friends. They might not have been.
Maybe they weren't, but you know, there were stories out there saying that, you know, they were all close.
Yeah.
At least they were friends.
Yeah, at one point I was about to say, that's not no recent picture.
Yeah. No, that's not. No, they were close at one time, man. You know, it looks like. So, like I said, man.
They were good before the snap. Or the slap.
Thanos did this shit?
I didn't even say snap, but slap. They were good before the slap. Because Chris Rock even said he tried to call him up.
He said Will Smith didn't answer his call.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he didn't answer the call. Nah, man, I hope they get back to where they are. Like I said.
I hate to see people having conflict like that.
They do. Like I said,
they really do.
You know, that's how it is, man. People
I mean, it was my hope, like you, that incident happened. It was really ugly. But it'd be nice if they could like genuinely, sincerely make up, not just, you know, a publicist saying, oh, just say the right thing.
Exactly. Like I said, drinks, dinner,
maybe
HelloFresh. Maybe I can come in and help them.
You invited me for dinner. I see those HelloFresh boxes.
You didn't make nothing over here. Yeah, people. Yeah, folks. Let me just go ahead and talk about something that doesn't separate people, but brings people together. Brings things together, like fresh ingredients. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit over here. Oh, HelloFresh has a lot of benefits going for it. For one, is eating healthy. I mean, that's what everybody's trying to do today. I know we're trying to do this. And it's hard to do that, man, because you don't know what to get sometimes. You don't know what to, especially if you're trying to cook. You don't know, saying, am I putting too much of this in here? Am I putting too much of that in there? Well, HelloFresh has all the proportion ingredients for you sent to you. So if your aim is to eat healthy and cook healthy, they got you. Make it very easy for you. The other thing is that, hey, listen, when you're trying to eat healthy and cook all this stuff, I mean, cooking itself takes a whole lot of time. Well, not with HelloFresh. HelloFresh have meals that can be done in 30 minutes or less. They got some meals that can be done in 15 minutes or less. You're also saving time at the grocery store. And not only that, you're saving money. HelloFresh is about 25% less expensive than takeout too. And avoiding those lines and everything, you know, that's time is money, as I always tell you. And people are like saying, well, you know, man, I don't know, I might get tired of eating the same thing over and over again. They send me a bag of food, you know, and I got to eat a specific diet. That just ain't gonna work with me, man. Variety in my life. Well, lucky for you, HelloFresh has a lot of variety. 40 weekly recipes to choose from for all kind of lifestyles, occasions. You know, you can, and fancy too. Soy glazed salmon. Ooh, wee. Who's salmon?
Yeah,
who that? Oh, mushroom and chive risotto. Oh, and that's just the start. They have many, many more ingredients over here. Yeah, man. That wasn't enough. Keeping you healthy, saving you some money. I'm gonna save you some more money. 60% off plus free shipping if you go to HelloFresh.com/double-toasted. 60. Once again, I want to thank America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh. And I want to thank America's #1 community out there, Double Toasted, for all your support and everything that you do. All right, let's get back into it here. There are some interesting points that come up from this special, though. Some very interesting things that I noticed here. We're talking about how they used to be friends. You know, we're talking about how at least they were friendly.
Yeah.
But you do get hints of their previous relationship that makes it sound like they did really care for each other. You know, Chris Rock was talking about, as Julian just said, you know, when something happened with Chris, especially with this whole thing with this August dude, you know, allegedly having sex with Jada Pinkett.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I think
Sound like they both confirmed it.
Yeah, I listen, for legal reasons, I'm saying allegedly. Okay. So, you know, I ain't about to get slapped physically with a lawsuit or anything else, demonetization, anything else. You do get hints that there was some concern for each other, some caring for each other.
I love Will Smith. I have rooted for Will Smith my whole life. I root for this. Okay? And now I watch him.
Now! That's the Chris Rock. Screechy Chris Rock. Shit, I wish Dave Chappelle was back there.
Yeah, right?
Emancipation just to see him get whooped.
He says, I watch Emancipation just to see him get whooped. I'll put the
Shit, if I can't do it,
Yeah.
if I can't do it myself.
Now, I watch Emancipation just to see him get whooped.
Yeah, man, it sounds like Chris is actually a little hurt by this. I ain't saying, you know, he's crying in there, you know, in his bed every night because of this, but it does sound like, you know, there's a betrayal there. Mm-hmm. You know, so outside of just the jokes and us wanting to see something gossipy and messy between two people, this is somewhat enlightening to see that there was some true emotions in there besides anger. They seemed like they did care for each other. At least Chris Rock cared for Will Smith and had a lot of admiration for him, which might still be there. You know, under a lot of, you know, anger and being pissed off, but it's probably still there. Also, just a little off topic here, but still talking about what we're talking about. It's kind of cool to see a comedian in a huge stand-up special mess up a joke. Now, I'm not saying to make fun of him, anything like that. I'm saying, you know, from us being entertainers, it's funny to see somebody, because I mess up all the time on things. You know, I prep stuff, mess up, go with it. You know, just overlook it and keep going. You don't ever really see, well, you probably do, but not in the biggest specials because they're edited and everything.
Sure.
This was not edited. This was live. So Chris Rock actually messed up a joke, and on stage he's like, God damn it, I messed up the joke. I mean, and he set that up for a long time.
Yeah, it would have been a perfect one. He didn't mess it up.
He said, I mean, shit, he built that up. It wasn't like a little comment. He built that up because even I was listening, I was like, this doesn't sound right. It was almost like a math equation where it wasn't adding up. And
the movies thing.
Yeah. He admitted like, oh, no, wait a minute, hold up. Shit, I messed up the joke.
The biggest piece of shit ever. Okay? And then some me a concussion. No, not emancipation. I the joke. Concussion.
Yeah, even people like, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I was listening to it. I was like, I don't think you mean that movie right there that you're talking about. Because you see, he got concussion mixed up with emancipation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think this shit needs to be dragged out for another year.
Yeah, the Oscars are coming up. So
yeah,
at that point, we should be able to put it to bed.
Yeah, Chris Rock did a special. He addressed it. Will Smith is banned from the Oscars. After the Oscars, it will be a year. Now, we got better shit to do. All right, it's done.
Right?
He addressed it. He talked about it. Everything that needed to be said has been said. So I think we can, I'll give it up until the Oscars. But after the Oscars, let's just move on some better shit. You know, we got things to do. We got better things to do. We've been talking about this shit for a year. We've been waiting for him.
Some at the Oscars or some people will make a joke about it when they're on stage. Yeah. That should be the end of it.
Yeah.